What up, noobs? Your boy Noobtonic, and today we are checking out the latest PS5 update. This is a huge update. This actually answers a lot of the questions uh, we have with storage. Um, for those that doesn't know or that doesn't have a PS5, you can't transfer PS5 games into your external SSD. Now, for full disclosure, I'm using the Seagate Barracuda Fast SSD, 1 terabyte. I bought it right along with my PS5 because I know I needed an extra space and I needed an SSD. I think it was on sale when I got it because I just looked and it's actually $175. When I got it, it was roughly 145, 150. So that's why I bought it. It was on sale, so I bought it then. But you should still look around. There might be some other websites. 'Cause I got it from Amazon, so there might be other websites that are selling it for less. So the biggest part of the update is you could now transfer PS5 games on external SSD or external hard drive. But you can't play those games unless you bring it back into the internal PS5 SSD. That's the only catch. So this is welcome because, like I said, I already prepared myself. I already have an SSD. So the first thing to go over is if a game is installing or going through an update, it automatically get grayed out. You can't do any transfer. It doesn't matter if it's a PS4 or the PS5 games. You can't do that transfer. And luckily, Cyberpunk, is always updating. It was updating while I was checking this out, and I was able to realize, oh, I can't do it because it tells you clearly it's installing, but it actually was doing an update. So that's one thing. And I actually got to test out a game. So I used Destruction All-Star as my test. It's because it's a small file, 26.81 gigabyte. It's a PS5 game. I transferred it over from my internal SSD to my external Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte SSD, and I actually took a timer, which is this is very interesting. So transferring the file at 26 gigabytes, it took roughly about 3 minutes and 19 seconds because the PS5 SSD is faster. So transferring the file back from my external SSD into the PS5 internal SSD, it was a little longer. It took roughly 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So it's like a whole minute and some change difference. But then that's still fast. 26 megabytes, 4 minutes, that's not bad. So now you can move games back and forth between the PS5 internal and external without having to delete, install. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. But now we have that solved. They don't have to do that crazy stuff anymore. So that's one thing that I realized with this update that is very welcome. The other thing that is very needed was this option that they added. Disable game chat audio. If you're playing a multiplayer game on the PS5, I don't know if you're on the PS4, if each game have a built-in disable feature. You could disable people when they're blasting their music on their mic or whatever. But I don't really see that option when you're playing on the PS5 games. For example, Destruction All-Stars or anything like that. When you get online and you literally can hear people and you're scrambling and trying to turn it off. But they made it very easy. So once you get into a game and you hear somebody blasting some trap music and you don't want to hear, you could quickly hit the home button and bam, disable all that crap. They don't hear you and you don't hear them. I don't care. I don't want to hear nobody. Especially when I'm doing game capture. It really ruins the game capture with all that extra sound in the background. So beside from that, you could control obviously your music volume, your video output volume, and your controller speaker output volume here as well. So that is actually very welcome. Another thing we're gonna check out is in the settings actually. If you go to your screen and video setting, they actually have, no, I wouldn't say revamp, they actually have added extra stuff to the settings. Now you can actually learn what a lot of these options are. So a lot of us are not tech geeks, so we don't know what options we are picking when it comes to setting up the right display for your 4K TV. So they break down every setting here, what the -1 means, what the -2 means, and actually they added a new update for the HDR setting. And the PS5, when it came out before the patch, the HDR was always on. Now I have an OLED TV, 4K 120 hertz TV. The always on HDR looks amazing. I don't even think I want to turn it off. But in some cases, when you're playing a game that doesn't really support HDR well, it looks crappy as hell. Perfect example is Cyberpunk. If you're playing Cyberpunk, the HDR looks foggy. It looks like there's a big smoke across the whole screen on the PS5. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it looks crazy. So when I'm playing Cyberpunk, I automatically go into the setting, turn off HDR, and use the regular SDR because it looks so much better. I don't know why it improves Cyberpunk 100%, at least on my TV screen. So being mindful, now you have the option. If you don't want to do that every 2 seconds you're playing a game, you have the option to switch on when supported. So it will automatically pick it up. So if you go in this option, you could pick this one and it automatically pick it up. So it's a pretty cool option. So, and lastly, the enable 120 hertz mode. I don't think this option was here. I'm not sure if this was here before, because if it was here, then I don't know why a lot of people were having problem enabling 120 FPS. I don't remember seeing this. From what I remember, in order to get 120 FPS before, you had to make sure, let me see. On the game preset, you had to make sure you're in a performance mode. That will actually help the game pick up the 120 FPS. But now they actually added the setting back where it belongs, which is here. The video output setting, you're not going to enable it. Mine's automatic, obviously. My TV does support it. But if you don't have the TV that doesn't support this, I suggest you just turn it off. There's no point. Or you can leave it automatic because it's not going to pick it up. But if you don't have the right TV that supports, if your TV maxes out at 120 hertz, at 60 hertz, there's no need to have this on. You can just turn it off. That's one thing. So that's pretty much the major updates that I see. Obviously, there's the party features. I have to test that out with some friends later on. Now you actually could share PS5 games with PS4 players. So when you're in a party and you're talking, you're chatting up with a PS4 player, and he's like, "Oh, I want to try the PS5 games." You literally could actually give him control of the game, and he could use his PS4 controller to actually play the game while in a party. So I think you could do from PS5 to PS5 and PS4 to PS4, but you never do a cross-gen game sharing, and this is actually a cool feature. This is probably a good way for them to sell PS4 owners into PS5. So if you have a friend that haven't made that decision yet or jumped that gun yet, and you want to show him Miles Morales what it looks like on the on the PS5, that could get him to buy the PS5. So those are the features that I see that I actually was talking about. Obviously, they also updated the PS5 mobile app to have some of the stuff that this have. So it's a lot of cool stuff that they brought in. This is a welcome update, and it feels like the next one is going to be even bigger than this one, because I have a feeling they might bring back dynamic backgrounds and all the cool stuff that we used to have. And I didn't get an option to see folders. You can't do folders. Oh, I forgot one more. Yes. If you go to your collection, when you're browsing through your PS5 settings, you run into games like this that is blocked out. These are demos that you downloaded on your PS4. And the PS5 doesn't care about demos, PS4 demos, so it doesn't even allow you to play the PS4 demos on the PS5. And if you're sure, I could tell you, if you click on it, it will let you know this is a demo PS4 game or demo that was downloaded on PS4, so it's not really playable on the PS5. But they added a cool new feature called hide items. So now I could just get rid of this because it doesn't look pleasing when I'm scrolling through my collection to see what game I want to re-download or what game I want to play. I could easily clean up this now. I could go through this and just clean up all the demos that I don't want to see, and it doesn't go away. It's all hidden. You could turn it off. You could show it or you could hide it. You know, it put in that category all the stuff. All these are demos that I tried on the PS4, and it could hide it back. I love this. This is very welcomed. That's pretty much one of the cool features that I think I've been using a lot since I got the update. So I'm gonna go and keep cleaning this up and make sure my collection looks nice and ready for when I'm ready to browse through the games and play some new games. And one more thing I want to mention here is, that's right, Medieval Chivalry 2. I already pre-ordered the game. I am very excited for this game, but that's a different video. I could talk about this game forever, but I've been very hyped for this game. It's finally coming. The next gen PS5 or Xbox versions beta goes live next week, the 23rd. I already pre-ordered. I'm gonna be playing that. I'm gonna give you my review about it. Like I said, that will be another video, but I can't wait to play this game. But that's pretty much it, noobs. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Make sure you break the like button.